How's it going, everyone? This is your friend Thomas Moore coming at you live on Tuesday, January 16th at noonish. This is my lunchtime escape. I'm going to do some sharpening here. Pretty excited because I went through like all the knives I've been sent. I was sent a ton of knives. Since I've been doing these live streams, it's been getting me business, which also if you want knife sharpened, just hit me up. But I've gone through everything. And then it snowed, and it was a long 3-day weekend, and I went through everything. But the postman had some things in the mail for me that just landed today. So ran out. I've been waiting all morning for the postman to come. And as soon as it came, had some coffee, and here we are. Here's one of the boxes we got today. We got 3 packages, and this one is heavy. So I'm assuming it's several knives. So it's got $25 worth of postage on it. Damn. So I'm assuming this is going to be a lot of knives, and he didn't tell me what he was sending me. So this is kind of a surprise. I know there's some, like, it's an assortment of knives. Thanks so much. Appreciate your time and service. All edges sharpened, please. No mirror necessary. Satin is good. Feel free to adjust action or centering issues. I'll gladly pay extra for a tune-up. DLT exclusive Deka is my main priority. I chip the edge while doing a scale swap, so repair may be necessary, and obviously sharpen. Thanks. Okay, so we got a variety of things. We got a Best Tech. It's in the box. I don't think we need to take it out too much. Yeah, the Best Tech. A little flipper guy. Ooh, it flips really well. It's kind of cool little knife. Neat. Got a Best Tech. So I like that orders like this. They take a long time. But when you send me orders that include cheap knives, I hate charging my normal rates to sharpen a tenacious because I don't like putting an expensive edge on a cheap knife. So if you send me one knife and it's a cheap knife, it sucks. I don't like charging full price on a cheap knife. So I'll usually charge less. But if you send me several knives, I can give you a good deal on several knives. Because cheap knives don't take me as long, but I can't define how long or how much a cheap knife is going to cost to take the sharpen. So if you do have several cheap knives, hit me up and I can sharpen them for cheap if you have other stuff to send me at the same time. This is a cool fixed blade. It is a RMJ. It is Udsidhi. I don't know if I'm saying it right. That's what's on the front of the blade. In the back is RMJ US. It's a nice fixed blade. I dig these handles. Pretty cool. Okay. Knife 2. We definitely got some things to sharpen. Ooh, big box. We got a steel wheel. These are pretty dope, actually. I've handled some, and they're surprisingly good knives. They do well for their price point. This is nice. Got a steel wheel. A little carbon fiber flipper. Flips great. Decent action. On close even. Nice. Okay, next up, let's see what we grab. We grab a big box. We got okay. This Paragon. That's what I thought it was. I was not expecting this, but this is interesting. So we have something interesting. I don't want to hurt myself opening this, so let me practice off camera. Okay, you just squeeze that. We have a Paragon. I've seen this, I think. I'll just open it carefully for now. Whoa, buddy. So something interesting. I don't know how I'm gonna deal with the fact that this has a double-edged dagger and part of it serrated. He doesn't want a mirror though, so I guess it's fine. It won't matter because we won't have to polish the serrations. So we just won't be able to sharpen them, but we'll sharpen the partial edge. Pretty cool. Feels dangerous close. You can't push the blade shut because it's double edge. Okay. Oh, it opens up. So that's what it does. You squeeze it and the whole thing opens up and it falls out. Kind of like that Riot. That EXO whatever. Okay, next up. A Hogue. Put this back in the box. So we got a Hogue. I think this is the one that is his pride and joy, if it's in the right box. Yep, I think this is it. Okay. We have a Hogue knife. I don't think I may have sharpened one, but I don't know if I've had very many of these in. I've actually kind of looked forward to handling these. I hear people talk about Hogues a lot. And I like access locks for fun factor. So let's see how this is. Oh yeah, it's great. Yep, just like a Benchmade. I like it. So is this the one he had issues with? He said he had a chipped edge. Oh, it's just a little baby chip. Okay, let me read that again. Oh, okay. That's nice. For some reason I thought this was going to be worse than that. It's just a minor chip. It'll come out just normal sharpening, no big deal. Like that kind of chip I don't charge for. So like you see my rate sheet, it says chips and repairs, whatever. If I can just sharpen something out, or if it's not going to take me more than 5 minutes, I just do it for free because it's just part of the sharpening process for me. We got a cold steel. Whoa, buddy! Got a cold steel 8015. This thing, I've never handled one of these. I've seen them, and I've always been confused on how the lock works. So give me a moment to figure this bad guy out. I think you pull back or press. No. See it. Yeah, you just pull this back. Okay. This comes back and drops shut. There's got to be a smoother way to do this than I'm doing it, though. Anyway, that pulls up, unlocks a pin, and it shuts. This is a very sturdy knife. It's very heavy made. It's cold steel. These are made in Taichung, I think, actually. Not the same factory as Spyderco. It's 6.5 ounces, S35 VN blade. Let's see where it's made in. I think cold steels aren't made in China. They're made in Taiwan, though. Anyway, it's a nice knife. It's chunky. It's very well made. Yeah, it's made in Taiwan. S35 VN. Okay. Cool. I'm liking this. I'm getting to play with some things I don't see often or ever. I don't know if I've had a cold steel in. I get a lot of Spydercos, which is fine. I love sharpening Spydercos because they're mindless. Because I've done so many of them. It's just easy. But new knives are always fun to get to check something out. Okay. Let's see what else is in here, and then we'll tackle that Hogue. Get that chip out. I'll show you guys how I do chips. Okay, next up, we got this is kind of smaller knife. Let's see if I can get it out of this wrapping. It might be too small. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, sweet. Okay, this is a CRKT M16 or M21 or whatever number they give this now. But I had a CRKT M16, which I think this is what it is. This is a metal-handled version of it. These are cool knives. This was one of the first legit actual pocket knives I owned was one of these. And they used to be really popular. Like, I don't know. I used to live in a different, let's see if they changed the lock. Yeah, no, they simplified the lock. Yeah, CRKT M16-01S. CRKT makes good budget knives for sure. This is it spring assisted? Wow, it opens with authority. Like just really easy. Great little flipper. Cool. Yeah, I'm happy to sharpen this kind of stuff. Just I don't have to put a mirror on it. And he sent me a ton of things so I can kind of put together a good package rate for this, which is totally cool. I don't charge more. Oh, and here's my baby. This is the knife that got me into fucking knives. The Kershaw Skyline is now discontinued. I've owned probably 10 of these because I bought a bunch of seconds at the factory. But my first Kershaw Skyline was the knife that got me obsessed with fidgeting. It's the knife that was the first flipper I ever handled that wasn't a Kershaw leak with an assisted opener. They're not the best flippers. Like they're hard to like finger flick like that, but they're fun with a little wrist action. They're awesome knives, good ergos. These used to be like $28 on Amazon. I'm sure they're more than that by the time they discontinued them. But when I first started the hobby, like, I don't know, 15 years ago when I was buying stuff like this was like the #1 rated knife on Amazon. And so I jumped on it and then fell in love with knives because of this knife. So dope. I don't know if I've sharpened it. Let's see what steel it is. I think it's 1760. I don't know if that's the number. Made in USA. I think it's 14 something. I don't know. And whoa, we have more knives in here. Okay, that's opened. This is fun. Unboxing a surprise box. Ooh, cool. I don't know what this is, but it's cool. It's a Ryuk. I've seen these. I don't know where I've seen them or who sells them, but I have seen these. So this thing's got nice thick scales. It's a liner lock. This action's fucking killer. Like legit. It's drop shut. It flies open with the flipper. Even with a tiny touch, it flies open. It's a legit knife. So you see it on camera. Ruike. I know I've seen these. I just don't know where. I like it though. And last knife, I'm gonna open up. And one of my other knives I started this hobby with. An Ontario rat. He put his initials on the back side of it. Funny. Ontario, this is a rat 2, I think. It's a smaller one. I had a rat 1, which is a full-size version of this. This was like the other. Back, 15 years ago, I didn't know people that owned Spydercos and shit. Like, I bought a Benchmade mini Griptilian like 15 years ago, and it was a big deal, and I got it for like $70 on Amazon because it was like on sale, Amazon, whatever, wrong pricing. That was a big deal back in the day. Now I know we buy PM2s that cost $200, like no big deal. Don't bat an eye at it, just whatever. Oh, we're going to sharpen the Hogue, that's right. That wasn't always what the hobby was for me. Like, this used to be before I became numb to how much stuff costs in this hobby. My Kershaw Skyline that I was in love with, the first day I carried it on a construction site, I got a little bit of paint on the G10 that I couldn't ever get out. And I mean, it like ruined my life for a while. Like, it was a big bummer. The first time I ever used a knife on a construction site and I effed it up. Just being careless. And it was a $28 knife, I think, at the time. So I dig this kind of stuff. I like seeing CRKTs and Kershaws and stuff come in. This is neat. Here's Hogue. It's got a very minor chip in the edge. This is a DLT exclusive Hogue in the wreck colorway, it looks like, kind of. I think I've noticed that they both do that. Or maybe not. I can't tell. Yeah, the blade's FDE and the handle's OD green. So yeah, it's similar to Rec colorway, which I get. It's an attractive colorway. I get why they would want to do that. Oh, finally a fucking comment. Rat was a gateway knife, one of the first I had as well. It is. I don't know how I used to open knives because I can't do thumb studs now. And I definitely don't think I could do them. I didn't know you could flick a knife open until I got a spider cut, I don't think. I used to just open knives normal. It's my entry into other knives, I should say. Yep, I get it. Okay, so here is a thing we got to figure out when you do a new knife. So there's a thumb stud on this. And so I got to look to see if there's enough real estate for me to clamp it. And if the angle of the edge is going to clear the thumb stud. And to be honest, looking at the angle of this edge and looking how tall the thumb stud is, I think I might have to take the thumb stud off, which is no big deal usually as long as it's a T8. As long as I can figure out what size. I don't know if this has a special opener or special tool. Let's see if the T8 fits. Yeah, T8 fits. Okay. So I think we're going to take this thumb stud off just to be safe. Get out of the way because I think I need the room to clamp. So thumb studs are pretty easy to take off usually. They're often take a lot of effort because they're Loctited on sometimes from the factory. And sometimes hard to get both sides out all the way without spinning them. It's pretty in there. It's one that goes through the blade. Kind of need that spot to clamp is the pro. I guess I can probably get away with it. Let's try. I don't want to force this thumb stud out because it's like coated. I don't want to leave a mark in the coating. So if it was silver, I would just grab it with my Nipex plier wrenches and it would just like, I'd just rip on it. But this one's coated, so I don't want to fuck it up. So let's see if we can mount this in the clamps with, we're going to use the Hapstone. Yeah, we're going to use the Hapstone. I think we can clamp it without taking that off. That's just a matter as if the stone's going to clear the stud, though. Okay, we're going to push it against the stud, basically, where the flat spot is. We're going to kind of align tip and heel to be parallel with one another. Okay. The Hapstone jaws deform quite well around different shapes of stuff on the blade. What up, Doc? Oh, there's a kitty cat in your photo. It looks like an orange big kitty. I bet that is a male cat because 90% of orange cats are male. And I love orange cats. They're like my favorite. I've had several in my life. And they're a big part of my life. My best friend, Kitty Belmont, was a big orange cat. He just died about a year ago. Got 6 rat ones. Yep, they're a good knife. Okay. Find the angle of the dangle. Get our Sharpie out. Okay, you can definitely feel the little chip. It's not even a chip, though. I mean, it's a chip, but it's not a big deal. It'll come out. There it is. It'll come out without even profiling it. So if this chip was bigger, the first thing I would do, I'd find the angle still. And I would find the angle first, take the measurement, and then I would raise this up 3 or 4 degrees, and then I would go to town on this chip. I'll still do that. It's okay. It's not very deep, and it'll probably just come out with simple sharpening, but just to make sure, we'll we'll do that whole process. So let's get a 150 stone and our half stone RS. I'm starting to enjoy the system quite a bit. Definitely recommend it if you're looking for a step up from the KME. First thing we're going to do on the RS especially is the stop collar needs to be moved down. I got this thing cranked really hard. I've learned my lesson. I accidentally messed this up on one knife. I didn't put the stop collar on tight enough and it moved. So crank it down. We're going to check that the stone never goes past the front of the blade. We're going to tape the handle up. Tape the handle up. This is a nice edge to sharpen because the ricasso stays relatively flat. It doesn't flare out from the base of the blade, and then it's got a big sharpening choil. And this should be a pretty easy knife to sharpen. It's just going to matter if this thumb stud clears the stone. So before we get near the thumb stud, okay, we're pretty close. We're like right on the right angle right now. So looking at this now, I'm running the stone carefully above the thumb stud. It clears by about 2 millimeters. So it does clear. We're safe. We don't need to take the thumb stud off. But make sure of that. And if you're going to take a lot of steel out, make sure you're not as close as I am. This is very close to the thumb stud. But it's, physics mean it's not going to hit unless I take off 2 millimeters of edge. Okay, we're sharpening. This is already at like basically the right angle. Wonder what angle this is. It's a little high. I'm definitely not going to go any lower than this because I don't want to hit the thumb stud. Checking on both sides. We're clear. Okay, this angle is we're going to go up a little bit. We're going to say it's 17 degrees, which is the same as the Spyderco. We're going to go up a little bit, make it a nice even number. It's about 16 and a half, so we're just going to make it 17. Give us a little more safe space on our thumb stud and make it nice and even and rememberable. Let's see. Man, okay. So let's re-sharpie this edge. And I'll teach you guys how to do this. So there's chips right about there. They're really minor. It's not even really a chip that you can see. So what I'd normally do, since we're at 17 degrees, I take this and I adjust it up to about 20 or 22. And then I just scrub on that spot until that chip was gone in there. And it's hard to explain how it does it physics-wise. It just works. You just take the chip out at a high angle, and then you drop down to where you were, and you redo the bevel, and you will eat less steel, and it will go faster doing it that way than trying to just scrub at the same angle that it's at. If you scrub at the same angle on a big chip, you'll never get it out. You'll work your way up the blade before you get it out. So high angle on chips. This one is so minor that it'll just come out with a sharpen. Boom! Look who we got here. Christopher Dudo, is that my Deka? It is. We did a whole unboxing of your box. I opened all the cool knives in there. It was fun. I had to play with a bunch of stuff I've never seen and stuff that I don't get in often. So, yeah, we're sharpening your Deka. We're setting the angle right now, getting it all protected. And here we go. You just want a satin edge on this. This won't be a big deal. You know what I am going to do, just in case I think about this? I'm just Just going to tape over the thumb stud. That one, sure I don't mess the top up, just in case something slips. There we go. Now I feel safe. So we're using the Hapstone RS. It is a $200 sharpening system. So it's kind of upper, I don't even know where that classifies. It's kind of a mid-range system, I guess you could say. It's most people will consider it's a high-end sharpener, though. But price point wise, it's just kind of, you know, the next tier above a KME, significantly less than a Wicked Edge or a TS Prof or many of the other high-end sharpeners. I highly suggest it for anyone that's looking to take this hobby seriously. Either upgrade from a KME, or if you want to skip the KME step and you know you're going to be invested in this hobby, my suggestion is to buy the Hapstone RS. And then instead of buying stones that you're just going to throw away or not use, or cheap stones that are going to wear out, is to buy this stone, this Hapstone premium CBN stone, in 150 grit and 400 grit, and that's it. And then just learn how to do satin edges, and don't worry about a mirror. Just learn how to sharpen. And once you learn how to sharpen, you can buy 2 more stones up, and you can get your mirrors. And then once you want to learn how to do repairs, you buy the 80 grit stone, and you can do repairs. Then you have a full set. But you didn't have to like buy stuff that you outgrew doing that way. This sharpener is, in all reality, every bit as good as my TS Prof. TS Prof I use more often just because I'm used to it. This is kind of fun. It's a little bit different, but it does the same thing and works on the same principles. So definitely suggest this if you're looking to really get into this hobby. But don't want to take the bite of a $400 TS Prof Cadet before you even get into stones. So crisp, you're profiling your edge. It was a pretty even angle. There's a little bit of a couple dips I can see in the edge. I can see in the coating where it kind of comes down. So we're just going to profile those spots out. Take a chamois cloth. My daughter's going to come visit us in a second, I have a feeling. And a little dip in the edge is right where the chip is, so we're working the chip and evening out the bevel at the same time right now. We're not going for a mirror, so we don't have to go too crazy. We're just trying to create a burr and get this chip out. And then we're going to move on. We don't want to take out more steel than we have to. Kinsley's here to visit us right here. Right, Kinsley?
That's a video.
You're on video.
Yep.
On YouTube.
YouTube?
Go watch YouTube. I'll be on there in a second, okay?
Oh.
Go watch YouTube.
I do.
Go watch YouTube.
It's me.
Yeah, you're on there.
I do too.
Yeah. So we're going to check for a burr. We got one in the middle. Still have to get a little bit of the tip and the heel, but chip-wise, feels like it's starting to come out. We still are going to work it though some more. Scrubbing the tip to get a burr going. The tip is very pointy and sharp though, so we don't need to mess around with that. We're not going to gain anything by doing it more. It's just going to make it less pointy, if anything. So we'll try to. This is a well-profiled edge. This is probably better than most Spyderco edges I see. It's not like a Koenig edge or anything, but it's a nice edge. Thanks, Kinsley. Baby?
Yeah.
Want me to sharpen this?
No.
Okay. Can you sit down? Can we turn on your iPad? Okay.
That's so dead.
It's dead? Hey. Can you go watch TV?
Oh, you're not around it.
You can sit over here.
No, Daddy.
Sit over here. Put it there.
No, not here, Dad. And not all here.
It's charging.
No, not all here, Dad. And not all here.
Fun. All right. Her iPad was dead, so I had to go put it on the charger. Kids love iPads. Best babysitter ever. Small initial investment is definitely worth the payoff of me getting to, for the most part, sharpen interrupted after lunchtime. While they just iPad out until now. Okay. We're going to flip it. We got a burr throughout the whole edge. Our chip's starting to go away. 17 degrees. The 150 grit half stone premium CBN stone. On the half stone RS. Profiling just basically the tip. The edge is edge was already 17 degrees. It was pretty right on. 17 degrees is the same as the Spyderco edge. If you're curious or haven't seen any of my other videos. So I'm holding my finger under the tip so I can profile down the edge a little bit without rolling over the end. So there we go. Leave it nice and pointy without rolling it. We have a burr on one side, so now we're just going to work this side and apex it as well. So since this is a known burr or a known chip, we're going to work the shit out of it, make sure it's gone. Then we'll do a cut test on paper to make sure it's gone. Okay, you can kind of see the chip. No, never mind, it's gone. Okay, doing the fingernail test, we don't have any chips. So we're going to do this one more pass each side just to ensure we're good. Line the scratches up. Kind of reduce the burr that we created just now. Make sure these chips are gone, so I don't have to come back and redo it. I do it all the time. It's not a big deal. And when you have a set angle, like I know this angle's at 17 degrees on the half stone, it's not a big deal to come back and fix it later. But it sucks is like sometimes you can't tell chips are there or not until you sit there and really slice through paper once it's out of the plant. Feels like it's gone. Yes, Kinsley. Hey, friend.
I'm sitting.
You got a ring?
Yeah.
You want to watch YouTube?
Yeah, sitting.
You're on YouTube right now.
Oh, yeah, Dad.
Yeah, you're on YouTube. Okay, can you sit down and watch? Sit down on the ground and watch, okay? Thank you. Okay, switch to 400 grit. And we'll just do a couple of quick passes on this, reducing the burr, refining the scratch pattern, but we're not polishing anything. We're creating a satin edge. We still get all the big scratches out, obviously, and make it look nice, but we don't have to chase every little scratch. That will just kind of be in the mix with the satin, which is nice. These edges are sharper than mirrors. They are. Just because I can concentrate on not anything but just reducing the burr and lining things up and making them sharp. Yes, Kinsley. Hey, I got a sharp knife. Can we sit down? Can you sit down, please? Can you sit down? Thank you. Kinsley, sit down, please.
No, I don't want to go.
I have a sharp knife out, though. I'm almost done, okay? And we'll go take a bath when we're done, okay?
No. I do. What noises, Dad?
What?
What noises? What noises, Dad?
Is it a ring, huh?
Yeah, wait.
Put it on your finger.
What thing?
Put your finger. Watch out. Let me finish this, Kinsley, and then you can go.
Where did I go?
Just let me finish this, please.
No!
Let's finish this up before she comes back. Almost done. So doing 150 or 400 grit, side 2. Really just trying to make it look nice. Reduce the burr real quick. Doing reverse strokes to kind of mess up the scratch pattern. Now doing forward strokes to line it all back up. Well, I'm gonna have to drop this off camera because she's not letting me do this at the moment. Say, Kinsley, say Daddy's got to go.
No.
Okay, Daddy's got to go. Sorry, guys. I'll finish this off camera. Thank you for joining me. I got to do Dad duty, though. Peace out.